Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of July. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you for this brand new month of July 2025. Now, there's a lot going on astrologically here in this month of July. We have a full moon in Capricorn. We have Uranus moving into Gemini, which is a big one because Uranus takes a long time to switch signs. And then we also have the good old Mercury retrograde back once again here in July. No need to fear, though. We have Mercury retrogrades every year, and definitely not the end of the world. We will all get through the retrograde. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's make sure we're all set up here and in view. We'll get right into it. Okay. I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. All right, energy on the bottom. You do have the Six of Cups. So, interestingly enough, this is one of my Mercury retrograde cards, and this and the Page of Swords, I think, have been in just about every reading. I'm just over halfway done, so yeah, makes sense. The reason this is a retrograde card is because the Six of Cups can signify sometimes that someone from your past or a situation from your past is trying to resurface in your life. It's coming back in, okay? So that can happen with the Six of Cups. This can also indicate like family members that you haven't talked to for a long time. This is a family card. It can represent the homeland, the place that you were born, the family you were born into. It can even just refer to the past generally, even past lives. So let's see what's going on here with this Six of Cups here on the bottom. And yeah, we'll see how that fits in to the rest of this reading. All right. So Sagittarius, you have a very interesting set of cards here. Definitely feels like there's a deeper meaning to this reading for you. And I definitely think that there are some positive signs here, but there's something that you are dealing with that's pretty heavy in this month. But I have the confidence that you will be able to deal with it, Sagittarius. So let's dive in here. Right away in the middle, you do have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of potential competition, okay, in the tarot. Now, this can also indicate that you have to stand your ground on a particular issue or topic, okay? This person is being charged at or is facing a crowd of people, charged at by people or are facing a crowd of people, and they are deciding to hold their position, to stand their ground. And they're not going to back down from whatever is in front of them. Okay, so it is a card of perseverance and sticking to what you believe in when you get the Seven of Wands in a reading here. So definitely like to see this for you. So you have this situation here, I think, that's going on with this Seven of Wands and the Six of Cups, where I think some of you feel pretty guided around an issue or a situation here in your life that you may have already kind of approached in the past, and this situation or issue is coming back up here. And it may be a time in this month where you kind of get it right this time, like you get it right, okay? So like maybe in the past you've brushed it off, or maybe in the past you've sort of, you've kicked the can down the road, so to speak, and this is the month where potentially you get to handle this situation, or you get a handle on this situation in some way. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm feeling for you. Now, notice how there are two knights here diagonally in between the Seven of Wands. It may be the case that you are facing some competition, or there is, the reason I say that is because knights can indicate people in the tarot, potentially. And so it is possible, so can pages actually, you have a page as well, but I'm just noticing how these knights are positioned, diagonally between the Seven of Wands. You may have you may be stuck in a rock and a hard place, so to speak, between two people, maybe an air sign, maybe a fire sign, okay, something along those lines. That's pretty specific, but it's possible here, okay? And there may be a past issue resurfacing, okay? Now, in the first column, you do have the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Okay, so with the Knight of Swords, this is a card that may indicate decisive action or swift action on something in your life. Okay, this can also mean that events are moving very quickly for you. There's an element of sort of like motion that comes along with the quick motion too. That comes along with the Knight of Swords. So things could be happening quickly, but there also may be something that you have to approach. And what I will say is, this is guidance that I've been giving for everyone here in this month of July, which is if there's like a task that you really have to do, it would be wise to do it before the 18th because that is when the retrograde is. Now, if you have to do it after the 18th, it's okay. It's okay. It's don't let the astrology put you in like a fear mode or anything. But it would probably go better, or it would be smoother if you did it prior to the 18th. Okay, so as I'm looking at this Knight of Swords, if there's something that you really just have to do in July, maybe it would be great to do it at the first week, second week of July. Okay, probably the first week. Just a heads up, all right? Because this Knight of Swords, it really does indicate decisive action. The thing is that you've been thinking about this for a while, as you have the Nine of Swords here, and this process of thinking about it may even be kind of approaching anxiety or worry. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, worry, fear, potentially, in the tarot. As you see, this person's worried about these swords hitting them, and they're really like staying up late at night thinking about this situation. And so it can be a card of sleepless nights or just like ruminating, right? Ruminating on something. And it is possible that some of you here have thought about taking an action or doing something for a while. And the thing is, with the Hanged Man, right now it indicates that perhaps there hasn't been action, okay? Because the Hanged Man's in a period of limbo. They're in a period of wait and see. And it is possible that some of you have just not taken the steps in this direction. But the cards here are really encouraging you. If you feel like you've been putting something off, you've been kicking the can down the road for a while, Seven of Wands is saying that this could be a chance or an opportunity for you to stick to this. Okay, now what area of life could this be around? Well, the thing is, we have the full gamut. We have the full range of cards here. We've got Pentacles, we've got Wands, we've got Swords. We don't have Cups, okay? Well, we do. We have the Six of Cups on the bottom. So kind of the full range here, as well as a few major arcanas. So this can really apply to any scenario in your life. The crux of this reading, though, is that there is a lot going on in the mind, okay? Because of the influence of the swords, and also because I'm seeing a lot of like blue in the cards, which can indicate communication as well. So there's a lot going on in the mind space here around this situation. Yeah. Now in the second column here, in the middle column, you have the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you have been thinking about closing something out. You have this 9 into the 10 of Swords. So this is not, I have a feeling, I'm feeling 2 of Swords energy, which is like you have a tough decision to make, or you have something that you need, that you want to do, that's not exactly easy to do, okay? So, this could be anything about like a relationship. This could be about a job change. It's less likely to be relationship stuff. It could be about a move, as you have the Knight of Wands as well, like moving to a new location. Even asking for a raise here with the Page of Pentacles as well. Page of Pentacles could be a job raise. Not necessarily a new job, but a job raise, okay? This would be an offer in a money situation. So this could be, like I said, getting to a higher status in your current job. This could also be something connected to lending as well, or profit taking, like an offer coming into you. So on a house or on something else that you're looking to sell. Maybe you're looking to sell a business or something along these lines. The Page of Pentacles can indicate an offer coming in some way, typically financial. And this could also be a card of academia, right? So some of you thinking about learning something again or going back to learn something. maybe you've always wanted to learn something, or you've always wanted to do a certain thing here. With the Six of Cups and this Page of Pentacles is saying there's an opportunity for you to do it. It may require you to make some changes, or to, yeah, like more so make some changes to like the way that you operate day to day. And with this Seven of Wands, it's saying that if you persevere, if you continue with this, you could have success here, okay? But there's something that you've been wanting to close out pretty strongly, and I think it's been pretty heavy on your minds here, okay? And this could be a great month to wrap up timelines, so to speak. Now, what's interesting here is this final column. So let's get into this final column for you. You have the Moon, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. You have two cards that are connected to mysteries, okay, in the tarot. Like pretty heavily connected to mysteries, actually, with the High Priestess and the Moon. This is a mysterious energy, okay? Both of these cards, interestingly enough, could be associated with either the sign of Pisces or the Moon, okay? You can flip the two. You can really flip the two. But this combination is very strong, okay? It's very similar energies. And you don't see it all the time, but this can say that there's something hidden, okay? There's something that you don't see. There's something even, and if it's like, it could simply be below the surface, right, for you. It's something maybe that the universe can't tell you right now, all right? The universe can't always give us the answers right away. Sometimes there are things in life that we simply cannot have the answer to right now, and that would be the Moon and the High Priestess. Now, this could indicate secrets, okay, with the High Priestess. Something in the dark, okay, with the Moon. So I would like to see the Sun card come in the clarifications for you, because the Sun is the opposite of the Moon in this case, which would bring something to light. It would expose a truth. But there's something that is not exactly completely clear for you, okay? And what I would say is, and maybe this will help you kind of clear your mind a little bit, it feels like this is not something that is in your control. And what I mean by this is, as I said earlier, there are just some things that the universe will not show us right away. And so why spend your time ruminating, worrying, thinking about it constantly, day after day, week by week, right? So this is, maybe you can try to reframe this as, okay, I don't know what's going to end up happening here. I know that there's something missing. I'll find the answer eventually. You know, you could reframe this. This could be connected to a big shift in life, as you have the Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands, it can indicate, it's the biggest card I see when people are ready to move locations or even go on a big trip. I love the Knight of Wands. It's a card of living an epic life, right? So this could be a residence change, right? You may be changing house, but it could also be doing something awesome, like going on a big trip, or doing van life, or, you know, becoming an entrepreneur. Something along those lines can show up with the Knight of Wands, but maybe it's not immediately clear how you'll get from point A to point B right now, right? Because of the influence of the High Priestess and the Moon. Let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading. We'll go ahead and pull a few oracle cards here, and then we'll get into the tarot clarifications as well. Okay. All right, energy on the bottom. You have broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. This is internal peace, okay? This is peace from within, okay? Because right now there's a little bit of like, some of you feel unsettled, okay? You have Stag, trust and thrive. This is the right energy for you. And then you have Lord, take charge with authority, which is also similar to this Knight of Swords, taking a decisive action on something. But this idea of trusting and thriving, that's the energy that I think would be really helpful to take on at this time. You then have High Priestess, what you have once again, harness mystic power, as well as Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. Now, this High Priestess, this idea of harnessing mystic power, I focused on this interpretation of secrets or hidden energy with the High Priestess, but the High Priestess is also the most intuitive card in the tarot. So this idea of harnessing mystic power, you may intuitively find the answer that you're seeking. It may not be, you know, completely, immediately, physically obvious, but it may be intuitive. You then have spring, see your seeds grow. Okay, so I like this for you. We don't have any aces or fools here, but we'll see what comes in the clarifications here now. So Sagittarius, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's see what we have in the clarifiers here. Okay, you have the Magician. I like that energy for you. You have the Moon again. Okay, very interesting. And what did I say? The Two of Swords. Yep. So I said I was feeling Two of Swords energy. And here it is. Here's the Two of Swords. So this is the idea that you're caught kind of in the crosshairs, okay? You're caught in a tough situation or a difficult decision to make, okay? You have a difficult decision to make. This is not easy. This is why you're in this period of limbo here. This is why you're in this wait and see with the Hanged Man. It's very simple, okay? And I would really, really pay attention to your dreams at this time, okay? With the Moon card, twice, okay? This Moon and High Priestess both can be cards that indicate your dream space as well, okay? But there is something that you are simply in the dark about or around, okay? You don't have the answer right now. And I think finding peace within will help you move forward this month. And I also think that this idea of trust and thrive, trust in yourself to make a difficult decision if you have to make one this month with the Two of Swords, okay? And know with the Magician, you have all of the tools, skills, talents, and abilities that you need to make this decision, okay? Everything that you need is here. So this idea of seeking, I'm a fan of seeking knowledge. I'm a fan of seeking wisdom, but what is the use in walking through the dark without a lantern or without a flashlight, right? Right now, some of you are walking in the dark, and you simply don't, the light switch isn't available right now. So let's see what comes forward here. Now, the thing about the Magician is it does ask you to take action, and you have two cards of action here with the Knight of Swords and the Magician that are very, very big for you, okay? Seven of Wands again. Seven of Cups, so we have 777. And then we also have the Knight of Wands again. So we have a number of double confirmations here. All right, I want you to take note of 777. If you look, you can do some research on this number, but I think that you will see this number in July. Maybe on a receipt. Let's say you go to Starbucks. It may be on your receipt. You may be order number 777. You may see it on a license plate. You may see it anywhere. Okay, you may see it in your dream. I've certainly had numbers come in my dreams. And this is a sign that you are being spiritually guided. 777, from my research, and this is just also my understanding of the number, it's the most spiritual number that you could find, okay, when you get triple sevens, okay? It's a major sign of spirituality. And I like to say that when I see this, that I'm being spiritually guided in a certain direction, okay, when I see this number. So this is something that I want you to take note of for this month of July, okay, pretty strongly here, okay? Seven of Wands, again, there's something that you are really being asked to stand strong on, but the Seven of Cups influence here with the Moon twice, the High Priestess, the Two of Swords, it's overwhelming. A lot of people have been getting the Seven of Cups for this set of readings for this July, and also last week as well. And so my advice for people who get the Seven of Cups is to take things line by line, day by day, task by task, okay? Really take it task by task, item by item, because it's going to help calm the mind and also sort of compartmentalize everything that you have. You then have the Knight of Wands again. So there's an offer or invitation here that feels really exciting for you. This could see you moving. This could see you going on a trip. This could see you doing a lot of things here, maybe creating a new business. So the Knight of Wands is also the entrepreneur in the tarot. Okay, you have the Page of Swords, the other Mercury retrograde card. You have the Nine of Swords, okay, and the King of Swords. Um, some of you are waiting for news, and this is killing you. It's crushing you. Okay, you're waiting for news, and it's absolutely crushing you. Yeah. And I think that this is the crux of the rumination here with the Nine of Swords twice. Notice how the Moon is clarifying the Nine of Swords, and Nine of Swords is clarifying the High Priestess, indicating that there's something that you simply cannot see right now. Okay, simply cannot see, and yeah, I think that this is going on here, and I think that there's just this idea of the unknown is crushing you a little bit because you don't have the answer right now. So the King of Swords, it asks you to take a level-headed approach to this scenario. You know, the King of Swords it's Libra energy, it's lawyer energy, it's logical energy. Can you sort of like, this may be a month where you are blending the intuitive and the logical side here of your situation. Okay, it's very clear that you're overwhelmed about something. You don't have the answer, but you know that. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thread, the silver thread in this reading, which is you feel very strongly about something that you want to do, or that you need to do, or that you need to say, an action you need to take. With the Seven of Wands twice, this Magician and the Knight of Swords, but you're overwhelmed about the result or the outcome. Okay, but this reading is really saying that you should stick to what you feel that you need to do. Okay, very strongly here. Okay, so there is something that's really nice on the other end of this, which is this double Knight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, it really is. And this is probably tied to a past situation. On the bottom, you have the Four of Swords again. Yeah, another card of sleeping or rest. Okay, so there's a lot going on connected to your sleep. Nine of Swords twice, Four of Swords, the Moon twice, High Priestess. Really, really pay attention to your dreams, but also look at your sleep state, what's going on when you sleep, you know. Your sleep hygiene may be really important this month as well. All right, let's go ahead and let's see what's happening here for you in the Kipper energies. Libra. All right. Sorry, not Libra. Sagittarius, my apologies. I was looking at that King of Swords. Sagittarius, you have the occupation card, pathway, lovers, bad health, sleep. And there's another bed here, you know, this person's in bed. False person and thief. Yeah, there may be, some of you may learn of a secret or something that just wasn't, somebody may have just not been completely honest with you, and you're not sure how to handle this here. Yeah. Yeah, this may be like a masculine figure, as we have knights, pages, kings, and then we also have the mature man as well. Maybe father, grandfather, some husband, whatever, some other masculine figure in your life. And by the way, this could also, it actually doesn't really matter which gender they are. They could be just a masculine person, okay? So just throwing that out there. But this is, this is something that I think some of you are dealing with here. Really look at your sleep, and then, it's possible if that's not resonating, what's going on here is, with occupation and pathway, you're sort of like trying to find a direction in your career or what you do for work, your business. And this will take some time to unfold. The pathway card signifies 3 to 6 months potentially, but it's dharmic, okay? It's the path you're supposed to be going down, and it's not exactly always easy to live within your dharma. So it takes, we are always kind of thrown off and thrown back on course when it comes to our dharma. So this is something that I think there's a little bit of patience here, okay, that needs to be had. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.